Right next to me is the most affordable 3-row family SUV made by Chevy. This is the 2025 Chevy Traverse LT front-wheel drive, and it is the base model of the Traverse. Now, just because it's the most affordable 3-row SUV that Chevy makes, does that actually make it worth it? And should you go out and buy one, or hey, not? Well, in this video, I'll be taking you through everything about this vehicle, and let's answer that question together. Is it worth it? Now, what are the price ranges of the Traverse? Well, they start at just over $40,000, that one right here, and go all the way up to $56,000 and then more depending on options. What I have right here is the base model. This is the Traverse LT front-wheel drive. Now, you can get this in an all-wheel drive variant for an extra $2,000 on top of this. But the base one that I have right here comes to be an MSRP of just over $40,000. This does have a few options added onto it. The driver convenience package, sorry if it's kind of hard to see there. It comes with HD surround vision, a rear power outlet, traffic sign recognition, and after dealer and destination fee, it comes out to be just under $43,000. Thank you to Executive Chevrolet in Wallingford, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below. Let's dive right into it and start off with the front, because not only does this front look good, it has really cool features. So you have LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and yes, LED turn signals all up front here. Your headlights is this part down that's separated, and your daytime running lights and turn signals are up here. And that's like a yellow or like an orangish tint that it shows for the turn signals, makes it stand out and unique. Now over on the side here, this is actual airflow. So you could take air, sucks it through the side to the back here to improve the aerodynamics of this vehicle. Up front, this whole thing is airflow for that engine. Stick my hand in up top, the middle, and down below, improved airflow for that engine. They have the Chevy bow tie right front and center. Right below that, the front parking sensor, or the front parking camera, sorry. And then down here, below the license plate holder, you would think that this part is just plastic and there's no point to it. That's your adaptive cruise control electronics that's behind that. So don't hit anything, or, because if you do hit that, it might ruin the adaptive cruise control. Under the hood, Chevy did something I did not even know was possible. This engine is a 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. And you're probably expecting what, maybe 200, 250 horsepower at the max? This is 328 horsepower and 326 foot-pounds of torque. Yes, all coming from a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, which is mind-boggling. And it's all going through an 8-speed automatic transmission, and this one is front-wheel drive, so it does go all the power to both front wheels, but you can, for an extra $2,000, get all-wheel drive if you want to in the Traverse, even the base trim, so just add on $2,000 and you can get that. Now, what is the miles to gallon with this vehicle? It gets an average of 23 miles to the gallon, which is really not bad at all for an engine that is 328 horsepower. Not bad at all. Now, showing you guys the roof of the vehicle is pretty hard because I'm short, so I gotta go up on my tippy toes here, but there is no sunroof up here, but there is roof rails. Now, on the side, these mirrors have blind spot monitoring built into them. They're heated, have turn signals on the side, as well as cameras. And below the mirror, there's Traverse on this side and the other side of the car. Shows everyone that, hey, you're driving a Traverse. As well as 18-inch alloy rims with all-season weather tires. You got plastic cladding up here, so if it gets dirty, wash it away real quick. I also want to say with these 18-inch wheels, this screen in here is a 17.7-inch diagonal touchscreen. So your rims are about the same size as your touchscreen diagonally. It's crazy how technology has evolved to be that massive of a touchscreen in a car, and I'll show you more when I'm inside. But now with the keys in your pocket, you can hit that button, lock it, hit it again, unlock it. And that's also on all 4 doors, so the 2 in the rear. So you can lock and unlock from the rear as well. The key fob of this vehicle is very simple. Chevy logo on the back, black plastic, lock, unlock, typical type of stuff. But double tap that button over there on the side and the trunk automatically opens up. And it takes what, maybe 6 seconds to open up, and then double tap it again and it shuts. Now you do have remote start as well. So once that finally shuts, I can hit the lock button, double tap this and hold, and the vehicle should remote start. And there it goes. Open up the massive rear door and you're greeted to really nice materials. So it's like half nice materials and half plastic though. But hey, on a $40,000 vehicle, what do you expect? So you have soft touch like leather type trim piece up here and over here. It is not that padded though. So when you rest your arm, it's comfortable, but I wish it was a little bit more squishy. You have a nice spot there, so I would say rest your phone. Perfect spot for that. Window control, the silver trim gives it more detail, as well as hard touch plastic down here, spot for drinks, snacks, and that goes somewhat deep down there, so you could put maybe a longer water bottle and a speaker grill. Now, since this vehicle has 3 rows, how do you get into the 3rd row here? Well, simple, pull this tab with 2 fingers. I could basically push this back. A kid can do that. Push that all the way forward, and now you can easily climb in. I know in Kias there is a handle here, but Chevy does not have that. Something they should include to like push yourself in. But it's not bad. Push yourself in here, and the seats, if I push this all the way back, it's okay with space, could be a little better. You can actually push this more forward so you can get a little more space in the rear. Not bad in legroom, and headroom is phenomenal. I have what, 3-4 more inches of headroom left because I'm 5'8", and it's the same headroom for the whole entire vehicle. So it's not like the 3rd row is getting skimped out on any headroom. Legroom wise, yeah, they kind of are. Amenities in the back here though, you have USB-C on this side and the other side, as well as 2 cup holders. You have AC vents up here, a light, and yeah, headrest in the back, not bad. The seats are a little bit harder. They don't recline though. This is the position they're in. They don't go forward, they don't go back. So you're stuck in this position, which is not a bad position at all. And I do want to say what's pretty funny is that these rear seats, or 3rd row, you can see how they're flat here. Take a look. Look at the 2nd row. Okay, they have a little bit of a bucket seat. And then the 1st row, if you come up here, they're complete bucket seat. So it's like an evolutionary chain from the 3rd row all the way to the front with gradually more bucket. The 3rd row seats were not bad. So how is the 2nd row? Well, it's slightly better. Like, of course, you know, you got a bigger headrest here, the same amount of headroom like the whole entire car has. You have an armrest over on the side here and an armrest here that goes up and down. So it's nice to, you know, adjust it to where you exactly want it. And enough space to walk in between because it's captain's chairs in the back. There's no middle seat here. So you really don't have to pull the seat down to get into the 3rd row. You just climb through in the middle if you want. Now this can be moved forward and back if you want, so give the 3rd row a lot more space, and the legroom is still phenomenal with it all the way forward. And you do have some pretty cool stuff in the rear. You have little storage pockets on both the front seats there, 2 cup holders in the back, as well as your own AC controls, so you can adjust that if you want. It is 3rd tri-zone climate control, so the driver can set its own, the passenger can, and the whole entire rear can. Well, the whole entire rear is going to fight over what exactly it is, but they can adjust that, as well as 2 USB Type-C ports, a household outlet port, and if I can actually pan to there, you can fit a whole entire phone. So you could drag a cable, plug it in, and rest your phone there. Open up the front door, and it's pretty much the rear door just copied up the front here. You have the same kind of soft touch material up here, soft touch there. Again, this needs to be a little bit more squishy. It would be nice and comfortable. Grab handle, as well as 4 window controls. The driver is 1 touch up and 1 touch down. The other ones you have to hold up and hold down. As well as just hard touch plastic down here, spot to put snacks, candy, a little big spot to put a big water right there. Speaker grill, as well as this button, hold that, and the trunk should automatically open up. Give it a few seconds to open up, and then once it's fully open, come back here, hold it one more time, and it should shut. Yes, it does. Both the front seats are heated cloth bucket seats that hold you into place very well and are pretty comfortable. People always say, okay, I need leather. You don't really. This is nice and comfortable, squishy. Now the driver is power operated, so forward and back, tilt, and lumbar controls, but sadly the passenger is not. The passenger is all manual controls. Turn the vehicle on with a push to start and you're greeted to a full-blown digital gauge cluster. That can do more than most people's smartphones, which is crazy. So you have your digital miles per hour right in the center there. This will show what miles per hour the road is so you don't go over it. Your directions up here, how much fuel you have in the tank, your odometer, as well as what gear you're in over on this side. But you would think, okay, that's it. No, it's not even close to being done. Hit this little tab right here and you have a different view. So this is more of an analog view and you have your music playing on that side as well as temperature and time. Hit it one more time and you have your whole entire Google Maps display. So you know most people put up their Google Maps on this screen here? Well, you could type in McDonald's and you could pull it up on this screen. So now what I want, just hit start. It'll throw it right over here and I can close out of this app. Now just drive straight and know where to go. But you don't want that at all? Hit it one more time and you have some safety settings. So this is for your adaptive cruise control and you still have your Google Maps on that side as a little widget. as well as this screen here, which I want to talk about. And that's showing who's seatbelted in the car. So if no one is seatbelted in the car, it's going to show all X's. But if people are, it's going to show little check marks. So imagine if you're going 60 miles an hour on the road or the highway, and you don't have time to constantly look back and see if your kids are buckled. Well, just look there. If they're buckled or not. If they're not, yell at them. The touchscreen in this vehicle is mind-boggling. It's 17.7 inches, which is just the same size diagonally as the rims. And this is larger than most people's iPads. What can the screen do? Well, you have wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay built into it. You have a Google Play Store where you can download apps directly onto the screen. YouTube Music, Spotify, Audible, I think you have SoundCloud, and a bunch of different stuff. I know I've looked into it before, and I think Ohio State has their own app, so you can navigate Ohio State's campus through your car, which is, again, mind-boggling. You have Google Assistant. So, hey, turn on the heated seats. Okay, and it turns on the heated seats, as well as doing directions, different things. Google Assistant can use that for. You can move all these apps around if you want, just like your smartphone. Now, bear with me if I get a little intense because there's a lot this can do. I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible. So you see up here, that's the home tab, will bring you to this screen right there. But you could hit this and you have a multi-view tab. So you can have your music over here, your maps there, as well as customize this. And you could have trip information on one side. So if you just want to have trip information and music, you could do that as well. Now this tab up here is for your different controls and safety. So it's for the dome light that's up here. You can turn that on or off. Power window lockout, your camera, traction control, auto beam headlight. And up here, go back, you have music, your maps, your phone controls, and trailer controls. And the trailer controls are pretty cool in this vehicle. So you have a light test. So if you have a trailer hooked up to it, you can go through a light test to see if the brake lights work on the trailer, as well as a checklist built into your vehicle. So, okay, you want to go, let's see if everything's working properly. My hitch is secured and mounted. Okay, check that off. And you can go through and make sure everything's good before you go on a trip with a trailer in the back. I think that's absolutely incredible. But we are not even close to being done because you can go to vehicle status here and get a full 360-degree rendering of your vehicle, kind of like Need for Speed in this car, and go and show every single maintenance thing. So engine air filter life, you have your oil life there. You have, I'm pretty sure that's your battery voltage, as well as different tire pressures and the brake pad life of the front and the rear. So you go and see exactly what the life is on all the things in the vehicle, which is crazy on a $40,000 car. You would expect this to be on like a $100,000 car, which is insane. And go and show all your different gauges here as well. So transmission fluid temperature, coolant fuel, oil temperature, oil pressure. You can show everything in this car if you want. And this vehicle has 3 different ways to control the AC. So you have a little hot bar down there to control the AC, do different temperatures. It's tri-zone climate, so the driver can set its own, the passenger can, and the rear can as well. So you can go and adjust everything you want, your heated seats there, sync it all together, do the fan speed, but you do have an app built in as well. So this is where you can go and look exactly where you want to show the AC. So up top, the middle, down below, adjust the exact fan speed you want, temperature controls, as well as physical controls. So yes, they do have all built through the touchscreen and physical. So this is simple right here, clicky, so scroll that up and down for the AC and the heat, this turn on and off, and your fan speed. So I like how there's 3 different ways to control that. Down here, you have a wireless charging pad, a USB Type-C port, a USB-A, and a cigarette outlet port, 12 volt, as well as 2 cup holders, a spot to put another phone. It is not a wireless charging pad, but you can put another phone there. And an armrest, that's pretty squishy. I wish this material was over here because it would be kind of nice. And I'll open this up and I'm pretty sure it's big. Yeah, so you have an extra storage pocket right there. I can put my camera bag, lift this up, and you have deeper storage. The steering wheel of this vehicle is a thick boy. It is massive to hold in the hand. It's pretty comfortable compared to thin steering wheels, but it's just a different, like you have to grab the whole thing with your hand there and it wraps all the way around. You have paddle shifters on the back to change the gears manually, as well as this thing over here. What is this? This is your gear changer lever. So you can put it in neutral by pushing it up, down for drive, up, I guess up for reverse, and then hit that for park there. There's no gear lever here because they need the extra space for more storage and other things. So they put a little electronic shifter on the back. I do like how you have the paddle shifters, so it doesn't take away from the manualness. If you want to do the paddle shifters, you can do that. Some of the settings on the steering wheel here are voice controls. Hit this, and you can go and quickly change some of the music settings by scrolling this little tab there. This is to hang up and pick up a call. Your heated steering wheel button. I showed you that screen to change that button to change all those different screens. As well as over here, you've got a low mode. So you can put this car in, I guess I gotta put it into drive and then put it in the low gear. And I actually almost forgot, but to the left of the steering wheel, you have some more controls. This is your parking brake, hit that. This is to change the different drive modes. So you have tow haul, snow ice, sport, and normal. And what I absolutely love about this vehicle is you can go and get little hints and information about each different drive mode. So if you want to know, okay, I guess I gotta use that, which that kind of stinks. I wish I was able to touch the different ones. But it shows you all about the snow and ice, the normal, and the tow mode. It gives you little hints, kind of cute. Now, you do have your auto start stop over there. Turn that off if you don't want. As well as this will display the brightness of that screen. This vehicle has a ton of safety settings for that $40,000 price point. You have adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring on the side, as well as pedestrian bike warning, which if you open up the door and there's someone coming to the side there, it's gonna start beeping at you so you don't open up the door and slam into them. So that's pretty cool. As well as front collision mitigation braking and rear collision mitigation braking. So if someone's coming in the front or the rear of you and you're driving, it's gonna slam on the brakes automatically so you don't run into them. And yes, this does have a backup camera with moving trajectory lines. And that has a little warning that makes your butt vibrate. Yes, I'm being totally honest here. When it shows that something's near you, another car, an object, it will vibrate your booty to alert you, hey, you're getting close to something, don't hit it. Very odd and strange, but it actually works because you're alerted. Now you have a 360-degree surround vision. This is the added option in this specific vehicle. But you have that, you have an overhead view in the back there, side view, which are the mirrors over here, there's little cameras below that, and a trailer hitch. So you have the back, as well as a front view as well. And you can go into the settings and take down the top view on or off and do different lines. You don't want them, you don't have to have them. The rear of the Chevy Traverse is very simple, but yet unique because of these rear taillights. These are LED taillights and LED turn signals in the back, but they're in this weird kind of XY shape that one goes down and one goes over to the side, and same on that side over there. It gives it this very distinct look that you know this is a Chevy Traverse. And they have the Chevy badge right front and center, a little roof spoiler with a third brake light up top there. The wiper blade is not tucked in up there, it is down out. Wish it was kind of tucked in, it would make it more sleek design, but that's the way it is. Now down here you have the Traverse badge on this side, and yes, this does have rear parking sensors, so these little dots will actually sense if you're coming close to like you guys on the tripod, a car, a cat, or another human, and will beep at you when you come close to it, as well as vibrating your butt, like I showed you inside with the front seat. It vibrates your booty to sense, hey, so don't hit it. So that's pretty fun and unique. As well as down here, you have 4 exhaust tips. So 2 on this side, 2 on that side, makes it look very aggressive and rough. Your trailer hitch is hidden in this little spot. You unscrew 2 little pieces, pop this out. If I can do that, yep, and you have your trailer hitch as well as your trailer electronic controls. Now this is my favorite part of all my videos because I get to see if I can fit in the trunk and how big it actually is. We'll hit a button below the Chevy bow tie and the trunk automatically opens up. And even with the third row up, you got a good amount of space. You can fit 2 people this way, have a tailgate, eat a pizza, or flip this way, and I can completely lay down. I'm 5'8", I'm not the tallest, but it works. As well as 2 little tie-down spots on this side and that side to throw bungee cords in, tie an item down so it doesn't fall out. And on this side, you have a 12-volt cigarette outlet port to charge your phone. But what if you want to throw a cabinet in here or something a little bit bigger? You could easily take down the third row. There's these little levers that you just push that, and with one hand, you could basically take that whole thing down. A kid can do it if they want to. Now, you can completely lay down in the back here, as well as fit a small little cabinet. But what if I want even more? Let's say a bigger Christmas tree or a bigger cabinet or something. You can take the second row seats down, but you have to do it in the second row. It's very weird. I wish they didn't do it like this, so I have to take you guys with me and go to the second door here, the rear door. Open this up and now pull this little lever. and that lays completely flat, and same with the other side. So now I can lay a whole Christmas tree if I want to in there, but there's nothing to do it over here. Like other vehicles have little buttons or levers, you can't do that. You have to walk over there. And you probably expected that to be it. There's nothing more here. Well, no, if you lift this up, you have secret storage that no one's gonna know. So hide little items, shut it, and no one will ever know. But I like how that stays up. So when you put stuff in, it'll stay. And there is a spare tire under here, but it is the most annoying spare tire I've ever seen, because you have to unscrew these little pieces here, which takes about a minute or two, and lift this piece up, which I cannot do that with one hand. So you have to have two hands to do this. Let's actually put you guys on the tripod here. So lift it up. Now imagine if you're in an emergency situation. So you have to untie all those things, takes about a minute, lift this piece up, which again, I've never done this, but that's, okay, jeez. This is very difficult. I don't know why they made it like this. Take this whole entire thing out, and now below there, you have your spare tire. So, okay, cool, in emergency situations, and you even have to screw this off, and then put the whole entire tire on. So that's pretty difficult. Now, taking the 2025 Chevy Traverse LT out on the road, how does this vehicle feel? Well, it feels big. It is a massive vehicle. You're high up, the hood's wide, you're wide in the cockpit here. It's just a big, big vehicle. But that's what it went for. It didn't go for a smaller SUV. They went for this big kind of truck-like feel, and they nailed it. It is super chill. The transmission, you don't feel the gear changes whatsoever. And the engine, you step on it, you get kicked back in this vehicle. It is insane. 328 horsepower. It goes 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. A 3-row family SUV going 0 to 60 in 7 seconds is mind-boggling. And again, that's a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. Now, suspension-wise, I'm gonna hit a smaller pothole right here. Clunk. You feel it. And you hear it. The plastic kind of shaking in this vehicle. Now, road noise, you don't hear that until you hit a pothole. So that's actually not bad. It is a chill experience. I could just drive this all day if I want to. Arm on the side here, relax. The amenities in the back for the third row is really good. So you have USB Type-C, household outlet, all that type of stuff in there. So if you're going on a family road trip, your kids are not gonna be bothering you because they have enough chargers to power their whole iPad, iPhones, all their devices in there. Even with that household outlet, you could plug in a Nintendo Switch if you want to and charge that up. So that's really nice. The tech up here is insane. All the safety features is insane. For the $40,000 price tag, you really can't beat this vehicle. This is insane how Chevy can do something like this. $40,000, give you incredible power, pretty good gas mileage, 23 is not too bad. Incredible tech. It is a really good overall vehicle, and I definitely think Chevy nailed it. But the real question is, what do you think about this vehicle? Do you like it or do you absolutely hate it? Be totally honest. Do you think it's worth $40,000 or not? Let me know in the comments below. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep updated with more content. And a huge thank you to Executive Chevrolet in Wallingford, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below.